Hello! Hello, everybody. Welcome to Chalking Up the Walls. I'm April, and you are in my craft room, so welcome. Today we're going to do something that I haven't done before, just testing out some new fun things. I went to a vintage market with my daughter this weekend. She likes to do like the thrifting for like vintage clothes and that kind of stuff. And when I was there was a booth that was selling these $5 mystery bags. I'm sorry, it might be backwards. But that's okay. Anyway, these $5 mystery bags. So for $5, I grabbed 2 of them. And what I like about these is that they do give you kind of a general idea of what you're going to be working with. So this one is, it says, if you're vibing on leaves and earth, then this is your bag, or then you need this bag. And then this one says, enjoy a classic flower vibe, then make this bag your own. So I'm going to start with the flower one today. Let's do this one. I am super excited to open this. I really am. So hopefully the plan is anyway, we're going to open this bag. We're going to see what's in it. And ideally we'll be able to make some kind of something fun with it. So let's give it a shot. I don't know. I'm hoping. I've got faith. But I haven't, as you can see, it's stapled shut. So I honestly have no idea what's in here. But I did grab just a couple random like little surfaces, some paint that I think is going to go along with, just so I've got some things like within arm's reach, but I'm also in my craft room, so chances are I'll be able to figure something out. I hope. Anyway, let's get to it. All right, so let's open it. I am so excited. All right, so let's crack it. You know what? Let's use some scissors. Actually, maybe not, because there's something in here that's tall. Okay. And so what's cool about this is the gal that was like operating this booth or whatever told me that everything in here is vintage. So I have no idea what it's going to be, but we're about to find out together. Okay, so, oh, it's a bag inside of a bag. All right, so let's take that bag and move that out of the way. Oh, well, that's cool. Wow, that's really heavy. All right, so it's a ceramic, it is ceramic, a flower on like a pick. That's pretty cool. All right, we're gonna be able to do this. We can figure something out with this. So at least we can figure out something out with that. And then there's another little bag in here. So let's see what we're working with, ladies and gentlemen. What do we got? Other than little bits and pieces of, oh, okay. It's a frame. It's a, wow. Ooh, and they even kind of match. Oh, that's fun. All right. We've got stuff we can work with here. This is actually super pretty. Look at this picture frame. Isn't that cool? That is really cool. Okay, so first things first, I might need to, let's see if I can break this. I might need to reach out for some assistance and get some wire cutters because I don't, ooh, actually that's a really good, I should remember that. Write that down. I need you to break. I need a pair of wire cutters for my craft room. I've got some out in the garage, but I wasn't expecting that. So let's see if we can break this because I'm not gonna need it this big. Come on now. Let's just keep bending and bending while we're thinking. Okay, so let me know what you guys are doing today. I really, really, really want to break this in a good way. I need wire cutters, but that's all right. We're gonna get this. I've got faith. As always, I have some faith. This is really thick wire though, my word. My scissors are not gonna cut through that. Okay, let's keep, there we go, we have success. Just keep trying. All right, we got that. Let's clean up some of this little stuff that fell off of there and give us a little bit of room to groove. Okay, so one of the random little items I grabbed was this like little jar. So we can definitely do something with that and this. And just put that in there for that matter. All right, so that should be fairly simple to put together. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with this frame yet, so I'm gonna let that sit here so you guys can see it. And we will think about that. In the meantime, now that I am thinking about something that we can do while we wait and figure out what we're gonna do with that, I pulled out these little wooden chalk squares, not chalk squares, these little wooden craft squares. And I think, since this bag is oh so pretty, look at that floral that it looks like a metallic marker that they drew on those. Those are really cool. So I'm thinking I am going to use the bag as well. So let's cut out this pretty little flower, make it at least a little bit more manageable. And I'm thinking that we can make a cute little magnet. Let's try something. I don't know. It's all just spur of the moment, so we'll see. But I think this will fit really cute on there and actually will be really pretty. So where's that gonna land? Right about there and there. Yeah, let's do this. And while this kind of like sets up and dries a little bit, then we'll go forward. Open up our glue. Good old Mod Podge. That's what I like to use whenever I'm like decoupaging, which is basically what we're doing here. All right, let me grab a piece of cardboard so I don't get glue all over my table. Let's stick this on here. And let's grab trusty little sponge brush. Let's get into our glue. And let's at least do this. So we'll have one done. That was really nice. I love that frame. But I think we can put something cool in there. All right, so whenever I Mod Podge, I like to do it the old-fashioned way. There's multiple ways to Mod Podge. You can put your glue down. This actually is gonna give us a little bit more vintage look because there might be some wrinkles in the paper, which already exist because it's just a craft paper bag. You can do it this way, which is my favorite way to do it. All right, let's just put this on here. Get that to seal up. Press and hold. Press and hold. Let that seal just a little bit. And then, let's, somebody's walking around my front yard. I bet it's a delivery person, because that time of year, people are always delivering stuff. Or this time of year, that time of year, what am I talking about? Okay, let's go ahead and close this up and let that dry for just a second. And in the meantime, let's do something with this. Let me see if I can very quickly find a little piece of foam. I know it exists. Question is where? Ooh, you know what? Maybe we'll use one of these instead. All right. Better plan. Is that going to be tall enough? Oh, yeah. That's going to give us a better, like, vintage vibe. Look at this antique old little... It's not really antique. I'm sure I bought it at a craft store. But it looks like an antique, like, little milk jug. So let's use that. What are we going to weigh it down with and get our thing to stick in here? Okay, let's use... We're going to want a little bit of this. We're going to want... Where's my rice? Here we go. Oh, the joys of having a craft room. So much stuff. Whoa, my tape fell off. That was almost a disaster. I have this Ziploc baggie full of rice that I use for different crafts. It helps weigh down these type of things and also gives a little substance for this to stand up in. But when I picked it up, my tape had like gotten stuck to something, so my opening was exposed. If I would have picked that up the wrong way, that would have been a disaster and I would have had rice everywhere. So thank you, craft gods, for looking out for me. Okay, so let's pour this in here. That way it gives the container itself a little bit of substance and will help kind of secure this flour to where we want it. All right, that's probably pretty good. Okay, let's grab a new piece of tape. And let's just do that, because I do not want this rice to fly everywhere. All right, good old painter's tape. I use it for everything, I'm telling you. It's just great stuff. Okay. There's that. All right. Little rice. Done. Let's shake it out and get it to... Oh, wow. My neighbors... I hope you can't hear that. My neighbors are being very loud with like with whatever it is that they're doing. I apologize if you can hear that, because that's insanely loud. But anyway, hopefully it won't last very long. Sounds like they're leaf blowing or something. I don't know. Okay. I think I want to give this, oops, just a tad bit more structure. So I'm going to, why not? Let's recycle. It's all about the mystery bags, so we might as well be using the stuff. Let's take a little bit of this paper and kind of shove it down in there as well. See if we can't poke this through the wire to go through the paper into the rice. That way it stands up a little bit better. Oh, come on. Be kind and go through the paper. No, don't want to? All right. Okay. There it is. Just be forceful with it. It might be, excuse me, it might be cute to add a couple other little flowers and stuff, but let's use some of this to fill in so you can't see that. Could use some brown moss, but I think since this is a flower, more of a spring type craft, we're gonna go with the green. So let's shove this down in here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm liking it. Stick in there. Let's clean this up. Move this out of the way. Stick you up here. And then let me see if I've got some other cute little flowers that I can shove in here with it. How about this? Just some a random floral from the stash. You guys know the deal. By now you know the deal. There's a stash. So I think I will probably be able to just cut this one, I hope, with the trusty scissors. Yep. Awesome. Maybe. Almost awesome. All right. I'll shove this in here just to give it a little bit more depth. Kind of hold that in place. And I really like these. So let's see if we can't cut this one off too. Ugh. All right. And Rose, you're just gonna have to wait for another day. That is a really pretty color though. But that's just a little big, and we want the focus to be on our thrifty items. So I'm gonna cram that in there. Cram this in here. Spin it a little bit so it's front and center. And this is what we're working with so far. Pretty fun, pretty fun. I'm gonna twist it. Tighten it up a little bit and get it to be a little bit more centered. Okay, like that. All right, okay. So far, so good. let's add a cute little ribbon to it. And I think that guy is gonna be done. This would be super sweet, like in a tiered tray, or I don't know, you give it to somebody. They're faux flowers. And this is actually, like I said, a ceramic flower. So you don't have to worry about watering them or them going brown on you or anything like that. So that's fun. I did pull out, let's move that over there. I did pull out this ribbon because, like I said, I knew it was a floral base. So I pulled out this ribbon, which has like the little leaves and stuff. So let's just tie a little piece of that around it. And you could, if you were ever so inclined to give this as a gift, add like just a little gift tag to it, and you'd be good to go. But I think for our sake today, we are just going to tie it around and make it look cute. Okay, so let's cut, loop, twist, and tie. And that is kind of long, so maybe we can trim it up a little bit because I kind of cut that a little longer than I probably needed. But you know what? I like it. I like it. It's a little bit long. Maybe I'll trim that up a little bit. But see, we're getting somewhere with our thrifty, our mystery bags. Not thrifty, mystery bags. I mean, kind of thrifty, I guess. It came from a vintage market, so let's trim that up a little bit. Straighten you up. And I like this particular ribbon because, can you see what I'm doing? You untwist and it kind of frays out and gives you a little bit more depth. And then you can just kind of play around with it until you think you like it. But see, all right, so we went from the one strand to like kind of the different strands. And get them to lay right. You just twist and get it to look like you want it to. But I like that part of this ribbon. All right, let's untwist this one and we'll keep going. All right, so not bad, not bad. Like I said, it was a mystery bag, so I had absolutely no idea what was going on, but I think we took that ceramic flower and made it really cute. Our twine is kind of going in different directions, but we will mess around with that and get it to lay a little bit more normal, but whatever, it's kind of just all over the place now. But that's okay. You can tighten it up, spread it out, do whatever you gotta do. All right, and here, my friends, is project number 1. Although, like I said, we're gonna have to tighten this up a little bit because it's doing a little squirreliness, but that's okay. You know what? Let's go ahead and just stick with most of the greenery. Let's cut some of these little twines off of here because they're gonna drive me crazy going like nutty like that. Okay, much better. There we go. Much better. You could use a cute little chalk marker, or if you wanted something more permanent, maybe even just like a Sharpie or something, and you could write something super cute on here. You could even do like a little sticker of sorts. Ooh, 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 ooh. I have a plan, if I can find them. Right click. All right, so I have these, they're spring floral medallions, and they're just like little like bendable add-ons. Let's see, let's put one of those on there, really spruce it up, and we will have a super cool project. They're paintable, they're bendable, you can do whatever you want to with them. I think for the time being, I am just going to, because I do believe you can even peel them back off. So I am just going to stick this on here, like such, in the middle. Oh yeah, I think that really makes a big difference and finishes it out. I love it! How much fun was that from our mystery bag? All right, so project 1 down. And let's go back and work with this thing. All right, so in case you're just jumping on, we took the bag that our mystery bag came in, the paper bag, cut out a little section that the lady who put them together had decorated. Oh, it's my husband. It's not even a neighbor. But anyway, sorry if you can hear the leaf blowing. He apparently didn't know the program, but it's all good. Anyway, so we just took a random like little block of like MDF super thin, and I Mod Podged a piece of that bag that it came off, or that it came in, on here. We're gonna trim out our extra now that our glue has dried. Doesn't have to be perfect. Like I said, this all came from a vintage market, so we'd like for it to still look kind of vintagey, right? Or at least I do. All right, throw that away, and now this is what we're working with, right? We have it together. We're going to take a sanding block and just go over our edges just to clean up any extra that might have, like, you know, where I didn't necessarily cut perfect. But a sanding block will take off all those like little trims right there. That's good, that's good. Let's do this top. Clean up our edges a little bit there, and then just this last section. All right, and again, since we do kind of want it like a little vintagey, I'm just gonna rough it up a little bit better on the edges. All right, clean up all my mess. Put my stuff away. Should be done with the scissors. All right, let's take a drink of water first. Thank you. And let's use some Distress ink and make this look even older, because obviously the bag's probably new. But anyway, I love Distress ink. I have it in a handful of different colors, but I'm going to use this brown. It's called Vintage Photo from, it's a Distress Oxide from Ranger, but there's lots of different inks you can use. But these distressing inks are really nice. I like to use these little daubers. I'm pretty sure I get them from the dollar store, so after they get kind of funky, you just bitch them and don't have to feel bad about that. Let's just take it and like, let's just go, oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's good. All right, let me see. Let me show you the difference. Okay, so this is the part that we distressed, and this is the part that we did not. You wouldn't have to, but we're making it look a little bit more vintagey. So let's just go over the whole thing, kind of grunge it up a little bit. But we want it to look old. All right, and what the heck? Let's just kind of give it a light little distress on top. Let's darken the whole thing up a bit. I'm good with that. And now it actually, with that, really makes it almost look like this was painted on wood. That turned out super cute. I'm loving that. Okay. All right. I think we're 2 for 2 with our projects here. I have some random magnets. You can find these pretty much anywhere. You could even use those magnetics like this. They come in strips, like a coil kind of a thing. You could cut those off too, but I really like the self-adhesive sticky ones. I'm not gonna lie though, I typically will add, sit there. I typically will add a tad bit of glue because over time the adhesive that is on the back of those magnets will kind of deteriorate on you. And if you made a super fabulous magnet, you don't want it falling off your fridge or wherever you're going to put it. Okay, so let's take this, hope for the best here. I probably should have flipped that over so I could see what I'm doing. That's okay. It is going to take this a tad bit of time to dry. I mean, that super glue isn't like, it dries pretty quickly, but, and I kind of made a mess of it. So let's clean that up a little bit with, what are we going to use? How about a good old trusty eye makeup brush, or whatever these are called. Eyeshadow applicators. I also get these from the dollar store, and I don't use them for eyeshadow because, as you guys have probably noticed, I don't wear a ton of makeup, but they're really nice to have in the craft room. You just never know. And then you just throw them away. Oh, look at our magnet. I think that's so cute, and it looks like so vintage and fun and just springy. I know we are in, we're not even in yet. I think there's still like 2 or 3 more days technically of fall. We haven't even really hit true winter yet, but you know, sometimes on these cold days it's nice to dream of spring, knowing that the warm weather is coming back around. Where are we at? How long have we been doing this? Will it tell me? No, it won't. About 25 minutes. So you know what? Let's go ahead and just cut her off. I might come back and do something with this super cool. So this was the other thing that was in our box. I love this frame. We might end up doing something one day with this. Maybe we'll, I don't know, something. Maybe next Monday we'll come up and do another Mystery Monday, even though it won't be as much of a mystery next Monday because we already opened up one of our bags. But we do have another one. So later this month we'll do the other one and see what we can come up with, the one that is, what did it say, leaves and earth. As you guys can tell, I like my flowers and my leaves and my outdoor stuff. So that's my jam. But anyway, these are the 2 projects that we made from our mystery bag. Adorable little magnet. See, magnets on the back. So that'll be super cute on my fridge. Let that glue cure up just a tad bit. And that'll be good. And then this fun little floral display with our ceramic floral pit that came in our bag. All things that were in the craft room, other than our mystery bag. Awesome! I think this was a great success. It was. Here are our 2 cute little projects. I will take a picture and post them so you guys can see what's up. And we are good to go. All right, guys. Well, I hope that I've inspired you to find some random stuff and put it together. You guys see any of these little mystery bags anywhere, let me know. And we, my dears, are good to go. Well, thank you ever so much for watching. I hope I've inspired you. I hope you've enjoyed crafting with me, because I surely have enjoyed crafting with you guys. Enjoy the rest of your Monday. Make it awesome. And until next time, we'll see you later. All right, bye.